everybody. It's Cowboy Mike, the Cowboy Mike Poker C-Line. And we're going to talk about poker versus gambling. First of all, I want to say to my friends, relatives, colleagues, even poker players who don't understand, poker is far away from gambling as you can get in retrospect. That's why a lot of doctors, lawyers, accountants, police officers, private investigators such as myself, financial people do well in the game. Gambling, is like when you pull a lever or push a button on a slot machine, and that's luck, the luck factor. Poker is a skilled game. 3 U.S. Supreme Courts have deemed it a skilled game. The IRS has significant differences in what you can cash out or what you have to pay on taxes because of the fact of the skill level of the game. So with that in mind, I want you to think about a few things. I want you to think about luck, lottery, slot machines, baccarat. Blackjack is a little bit more. It can be a skilled game if you're the right player and you can count cards, or if you can understand the game. That can be a skilled game to a point where you can win a small percentage of the time. Good poker players win consistent. Only 10% of all poker players win all the money. That's what they've been saying for 30 years. Reason being, poker is a mental game. Poker is a game of intuitiveness, which means that you have to read people. You have to have the ability to read. You have to understand the fundamentals of the game as well. Understand the math of the game, pot odds. Nowhere in the world can anybody say with all those things that you're putting into place that poker is a game of luck or that it's a gamble. Gamblers play poker, but poker players don't gamble. Poker players use pot odds, their fundamentals, their reading ability to beat their opponent. That's why you see so many of the people who win consistently and cash in tournaments, because they've mastered a lot of the skills that are necessary to capitalize in the game of poker. So with that being said, let's talk about variance, which is a form of luck. But luck, there is a small percentage of luck in poker. There was a very large percentage of variance in the game of poker. Reason being is because you're playing against a number of people at the table. Everybody has a different mindset. Everybody has a different philosophy. Everybody has a different way of playing the game. I saw at Borgata this last week some things that, you only see that against someone who wants to be a lucky player. Someone who calls a big raise, under the gun or in middle position with Jack 6 off. Or someone who, calls every single hand. They're hoping to get lucky. That's all they're doing. They're not hoping to win on their skill because they probably don't have the skill. That's why they don't cash as often. They get lucky once in a while, and they get they suck out on someone, and we've all done it. We've all sucked out on people. We've all sucked out with our pocket sixes against pocket aces, or our pocket threes against pocket kings, and and our flush draws. But a lot of times people will hit two suited cards with two small suited cards. Like somebody has 2-3 of spades and the ace and the 9 of spades are on the board, and someone makes a big bet. They don't want to fold. They want to hit their flush draw. Even though their flush draw might not be any good, they still want to hit their flush draw. So, with that being said, keep in mind that poker players, real poker players, don't gamble. But gamblers play poker. For some reason, they think that it could be a game where they could have an edge if they get lucky. So, I'll give you an instance of how the skill factor comes into play. When you see a flopper turning a river, there's over 1,000 different combinations of cards that could win that hand from the beginning of the hand to the end of the hand. So some people think that's luck, but you have to dissect that flop turning river and fit it into your two cards that you're holding in your hand. So there's a lot of skill involved in that. There's a lot of skill in reading people, understanding what their ranges are when they open a hand up. That is further from luck than you can get. So to all my friends, associates, please don't refer to poker as luck, okay? Poker is a skilled game. So now that we cleared that up, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you listen to that. I hope you comment below also. You may not agree with it, and that's fine. You're able to disagree, but if you do agree with it, comment. Let the people know who don't agree with it why you agree with it, okay? So, Cowboy Mike with the Cowboy Mike Poker C-Log, and I'll be updating my trip to Bogota in the next video probably. So I just wanted to get this out there. So just remember, once again, poker players do not gamble, but gamblers do play poker.